to some of these challenges you have just mentioned, they are mind-blowing. What do you have to tell someone there that would want to actually venture into this kind of business? Or maybe he's about to say, no, I can't continue. And he's seeing you as a mentor.
Okay, it might not be decorations, it might be any type of other businesses. What you need to do is you need to put in your best. You need to be very focused and be very determined. Success is not an overnight thing. In fact, an overnight success will take you 15 years. You need to be very consistent. Because I've seen a few people that have started businesses, in time past, and when the business is trying to rock bombs, they change to another business. I was never from that school of thought. My best is, even when the business is not moving fine, I still strive to stay, because when I remember the things, that my mom used to tell me, it sounds like encouragement. You don't give up. When you think, things are not working, keep pushing. Like in Ibadan now, for example, if you start up a business in Ibadan, when I started, a lot of people came to me and were like, Favor, this kind of business should be in Abuja. I'm like, what makes Abuja different from Ibadan? The mentality of people in Ibadan, but you need to prove these people wrong by staying around, being consistent, try as much as possible to give your all. I stay with decor. I don't do any other thing. People come to me and say, oh, come do this, because maybe they see me, my office is very nice. Oh, do you do interior decoration? I say, I don't. Did you fix this? I say, yes. But I don't do interior. I do decor strictly. I don't do any other thing. No matter how much money is in it, I don't care. You understand? So if it is your passion, you stay with it. Whatever you think you can make out of it, you can make even more. There is no business that is not viable. It depends on your level of commitment in the business. Yes.
Now, going back your previous answer, what is the relationship between you and your father right now? As a successful CEO, what is the relationship?
I mean, I want to say this. Some people will want to use, what happened in the past against their father, but I don't think I will do that, because my dad wanted the best for me when I sit down to evaluate things. He wanted the very best for me. He wanted me to be a very successful guy. So all what he did in the name of discipline is paying off today. Do you understand? Because if he had allowed me, he never allowed me to have friends. If you want to play in the house, you play through the window. He never will want to meet you outside. If he comes back from work, you don't watch telly. I don't know how to watch television at all. Do you understand? And that's what my dad had put into me. He had, for some reasons, restricted us from all of these things because he wanted us to be better in life. Do you understand? I am from a family of 5, and I'm the third child. But every other person in the family is doing well in their own capacity. But my dad doesn't joke with me because I never used what he did with me against him at all. Do you understand? We're so close. We're so very close because this is a little bit of a digression. If you know who God is, if you have a relationship with God, you won't want your father or whatever I did to be a stumbling block to your success. Do you understand? Because whether I like it or not, if I want to write my story, I have a page for my dad. Do you get? So I can't for any reason say, oh, my dad did this. In fact, to the glory of God, I have gotten him some things that other children in the family have not done. He's my dad. He wanted the best for me, so I appreciate that.
Today, in the decoration business, in the city of Ibadan, Desterity Plus is a name to reckon with. Of course, we have some upcoming people and other big players too.
Yeah.
How have you been able to create an edge for yourself? One.
Okay.
There is this saying that formal education is not really the yardstick
Okay.
for a successful entrepreneur. Do you think that what you actually study in school
Okay.
has actually imparted towards your success in your company?
Okay, well, two questions in one. You said, how have I been able to carve out a niche for myself? I don't copy people. I don't copy people. I try as much as possible to, no matter how small, I make it a brand. You know, I mean, like we discussed, I don't talk, I mean, I don't want to copy what you did yesterday. I don't want to repeat what I did yesterday. I try as much as possible to make it new. Fine, you work with some people that don't understand this, but you try as much as possible to put it straight to them and let them, you know, let it be a norm, let it be a rule that you don't repeat what we saw yesterday, we don't want to see. Do you understand? So I use things, for example, in the organization, I use things and pass them on to other people. I don't use them until they are destroyed. I use them and I know that okay, this is the time frame. You have to be with me. I use it 1, 2, 3 times, and you're gone to somebody else, and it's still in perfect shape. Do you understand? I move on to getting something else. Then I don't know how to answer the question, but I'll answer it. Every business, like I said, is lucrative. This is how I measure my success. The number of people I've been able to impact, the number of lives I've been able to affect, that's how I measure success. Not with Naira and Kobo, because, you know, I mean, if you start measuring success by Naira and Kobo, then you're a failure in my own evaluation of it. You understand? A lot of people that are into, if you count like 20 people that are into event decor in Ibadan, must have spring up like 17. Must have spring up from Desterity. I've taught a lot of people that I still can't know. Do you understand? I don't have their data now. I've taught them decor. A lot of people have passed through me after a lot of people have, you know, even in Lagos. So if you count like 20 people in Ibadan, take 17. Must have passed through Desterity. That's, you know, some of them not because they paid, but because they needed to live a good life. They needed something to do. Like in my company, I tell people, I take people, if the government was kind enough to remember a lot of entrepreneurs in Ibadan, would have at least applauded a lot of us that have done well in Ibadan, taking guys off the streets, taking the boys off the streets, getting them some things to do, to earn money. Because if they are there on the street seeing their mates going on cars, living a good life, they tend to go and steal. So you find out that Ibadan will be very, very, you know, unsafe to stay. So we try, as I have a lot of people, like, you know, today Monday we'll have, I mean, over 100 people resuming to do one thing or the other. So if these people were on the streets, how do you solve the problem of unemployment? In my own little way, I try, you know, to do that so that the world can be a better place for all.